Hi, I'm Kim Fuller, owner and founder of Fuller Life Concepts, where I help you stay accountable to your goals. And today I want to share with you a little bit about trauma and the four categories and what kinds of traumas fit into each category. So why is this important? Because trauma is a type of stress, and we are killing ourselves by ignoring stressors. We are having low productivity, we're having poor job performance, irritability, physical complaints like headaches and backaches and stomach aches and ulcers, some unexplained pain, sleep issues, overeating, undereating, not exercising enough. Shall I go on? And part of the challenge of reducing your stress is to begin identifying what kinds of things are stressors in your life. And one of the things that I know and I've experienced personally, as well as through my study, work with other clients and trainings, is that there is a silent killer among us. And it's called unresolved trauma. And one of the ways to begin is to become more aware of what kind of a traumas you experienced. And I broke it into four categories: vicarious trauma, physical, emotional, and medical. And I'll take you quickly through all four. You kind of can think about what are the different kinds of experiences you have had in your life that may fit into one of the categories. Later on in the next video or two, I will bring out an exercise for you to begin kind of charting some of your experiences so you can become more aware, and then we can reduce the impact it has on your daily life. So I want you to start by just taking a deep breath and blowing it out. And I want you to just remember to breathe throughout this video, because sometimes it may rile you up and get your heart rate going to think about your traumas. But I'm going to promise you that having an opportunity to express yourself verbally and to get the chemicals and the experience out physically is going to be such a relief. And we'll do the best we can over the next few videos. Okay, so let me tell you a story. When I was in second grade, I tried out for a play. I wanted to be Sally in the Peanuts holiday play, right? And Sally's Charlie Brown's younger sister. And I even remember some of my lines because I did get the part. But at that year, they decided that they wanted to have two Sallys. One Sally that did the performance for the parents, woohoo, and one Sally that did the performance for the other, people in the school. Of course, I wanted the one in front of the parents because that was like the whole reason you even joined a play, was to perform for your parents so they could be proud and clap. Well, anyway, I got the Sally part where I did it for the school. Woohoo! I felt so rejected and sad. I did my part, and I think I did it well for second grade, but that was one of those emotional traumas that I always remember, obviously, because it's second grade. Let me tell you another story. When I was in college, we had gone to some parties. And even though I didn't drink beer, it was still fun to go to the parties. And afterward, there was a fight in the street. Two guys were fighting. Don't know why, didn't know who they were. But one guy came back from here, ran up, and hit the other guy so hard he knocked him off his feet. He fell, hit to the ground on his back, and we remember his head hitting the concrete. That cracking sound was awful. Still gives me chills to think about it. One more story. When I was driving home with my sister one time, we were going through a lot of elements. It was December, and we were driving through California, and we hit rain, we hit sleet, we hit snow, we hit fog, all of the elements you could think of that cause so much trouble when you are driving and traveling. And so we spun out two different times. And the last time we actually collided with the center divider, spun out, bounced in circles, and ended up having to get rescued by CHP, California Highway Patrol, to get us, because we were facing the wrong direction. And we had a car accident. The car ended up needing to be totaled, and we actually had no exact physical trauma, but there was a lot of other kinds of trauma, right? We didn't have any physical injuries. So here I am expressing to you some of traumas that I can think of just off the top of my head. The first one I talked about was where I tried out for a play. That's like an emotional trauma where you feel devastated, right? The second one I talked about was when I saw somebody get hit in a fight and their head hit the concrete. And guess what? That's a vicarious trauma. And then the time when we were in the car accident, that could potentially have been a physical trauma. You kind of go where I'm going with this. And then when I had my daughter, had an epidural, and there was pain in my back. She's almost 6 years old, and I can still feel the spot where they gave me the needle for the epidural. Medical trauma, right? Physical to my body, but it happened as a result of something medical. Or medical could be a major illness or some other kinds of something related to medical. And so there's 4 different categories I want you to consider. Vicarious trauma, where you see it. Could be the news. Oh my gosh, 9/11, Hurricane Katrina, all of those kind of major disasters, they cause us vicarious trauma. Just letting you know. The other one, medical trauma, there could be a major illness, could be an accident, it could be something that happened to you medically, a surgery gone wrong, or just a surgery in general. The next one is so I did vicarious, medical. The other one is physical trauma, where it could be some kind of an assault, could be a fight, could be a car accident where somehow your body gets injured. And all of these different kinds of traumas leave your body with some kind of a memory in your brain that if you haven't had the opportunity to release it, then it could be still trapped in there and causing you other kind of symptoms, but also keeping you from your goals. How does it keep you from your goals? Because some of the ways in which we interpret some of our experiences emotionally and physically, we misinterpret. Like I could easily have interpreted not getting the part in the play that I wanted in terms of performing in front of the parents as somehow I'm not good enough or worthy. Imagine how that translates to trying to get further along in my career, to believe that I can accomplish anything. It can impact that. And so this week and beyond, I just want you to think of the 4 different categories I talked about. Take deep breaths and allow yourself to just have some general memories and love and embrace yourself with each of those memories. And we will do exercises in the next few videos, and I hope you stay tuned or return. If you need additional support, I encourage you to email me or call me. My information is below. Also, you can join the All In Accountability Group, where we all talk about different ways to hold ourselves accountable, regardless of what our minds are telling us, regardless of our self-doubt. How can we hold ourselves accountable in a loving environment? So you can also join the All In Accountability Group. It's a 12-month experience, and you'll get so much out of it. So for now, I'll say goodbye, and I will see you next time.